The slogan, Savour the Moment, points to one of my favorite informal practices. In this video, I want to talk about what I mean by savoring, why it is important, and how you can do it. But right now, I want to stop and acknowledge something. According to YouTube experts, I have 6 seconds to get your attention and to convince you that what you're watching is going to give you some value. You've already seen a 6-second introduction. You've bared with me as I rang my gong 3 times. And if you're still with me, stay with me. I understand your time is important to you and you don't want to waste it. And that you may be hovering over your clicker right now, ready to move on. Don't. What I have to offer will be of value. Savoring the moment, to me, is at the heart of all of what I talk about. It will be of value to you. My name is Michael Dewan-Herrick. I'm the creator of the online store called Attention Bazaar. You can find a description and a link below. Come and visit the store and check it out. You'll find there products with the slogan, Savour the Moment on them, in case that becomes an important reminder for you. But now let's get right into what this is, savoring the moment. First, I want to invite you to just be present wherever you are. Perhaps you're in a room. Look around the room, take it in. What does it look like? Acknowledge your body, the sensations in your body. You can hear my voice. Just be present with what's happening for you right this moment. And basically, that's my description. The first part of the description of what savoring the moment means. It means being fully present in any moment you find yourself. Tuning into your senses, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, the sensations in your body. If you're interacting with somebody, to be fully present with that person, to notice what's happening in your mind, what your thoughts are, just as present as you can be with exactly what's happening right now. You're not trying to analyze it or get more meaning out of it. You're not thinking about the future, or focusing on the future or focusing on the past. You may be noticing you're having those thoughts, but it's to be as present as possible and to have your experience be vivid. This is a basic mindfulness instruction, right? I say savoring because I add a little something extra to that. It doesn't mean just noticing. It means appreciating. It means savoring, right? It means like when you have a mouthful of delicious food, you don't just swallow it right away. You linger with it. You appreciate what it tastes like. A lot of what we can savor are the wonderful and pleasant moments in our life that we might otherwise skip by. When I say savoring, though, I mean all experience, including negative experiences, painful experiences, that we don't glide past those or ignore them, that we linger with them and let them be vivid. I believe for all of us that in our everyday life, there are moments of joy and pleasure. There are moments that are really wonderful, that we just zip right past because we're moving so fast. We're so focused on the future that we don't recognize them. So to slow down and notice the taste of your coffee in the morning, or the sunrise, or if you don't get up that early, whatever, the feeling of a warm shower, that you just linger with that. It doesn't mean clinging to these experiences. Just as when we savor our food, eventually we swallow it. There's a moment when, okay, I've tasted it, now I can swallow it. I think the same with our experiences. And for the negative experiences that I'm suggesting we also could savor, it might mean that we're more vividly aware of our pain, but that might be a good thing. It might be that we're tolerating and ignoring some things in our lives that are just carrying on. Maybe they're going to get worse if we don't pay attention to them. I think if we can bring our attention to what's causing us trouble and pain, it might mean that we're motivated to do something about it in a way we wouldn't be if we were continually ignoring it. One of the ways that I practice savoring occasionally to really amplify the vividness is to imagine that I will be dead in about 2 minutes. This doesn't give me time to do anything, go anywhere, write a note. With that imagination going, all that's left for me in practicing this is my most immediate experience of my body, the environment, my consciousness, and there's just a simple acknowledgement and appreciation for existing, being a conscious being, that puts a sharp point on it for me. You might not be inclined to practice savoring in that way, but you could at least ask yourself, how long are you going to wait? We all know that our lives are finite, that we will die someday, and we generally don't know when. And how long are we going to put it off? When are we going to be present in our bodies, where we are, appreciating and recognizing our everyday experiences as vividly as we can and with as much appreciation and gratitude as we can? One of the reasons that savoring the moment is my favorite informal practice is that it doesn't take any time. If you're interested in personal development, there's all kinds of things that you can put in your schedule. You can meditate, you can go to the gym, you can see a coach, you can do yoga class, you can take a workshop, you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos like this. There's a lot of things that you might have to carve time out for. And you may have a demanding job, you may have a demanding family, you may have both. It may be that finding time to do all these self-development activities is hard. It's hard to come up with. To savor the moment, you need literally no additional time. You do it in the course of whatever you're doing. You have 24 hours in your day, just like me and everybody else, and you're conscious for a certain number of those hours. And while you're going to work, while you're eating your food, while you're cleaning your body, brushing your teeth, or talking to people, or walking from point A to point B, you can practice savoring. And that just means that you turn your mind away from preoccupation with the future and the past, and you just become present. It seems odd and maybe ironic to me that people will have a long-standing intention to start meditating, or maybe they started and then they stopped. And the sense is, I wish I could get back to it, but I can't find the time or the motivation to do it. In the meantime, just carrying on in a life of speed and mindlessness and not savoring the moment when it's possible at any moment to just pause, to stop, and to take stock of where you are. That's the aim of meditation, basically, is to become present and awake to your experience. And meditation may be a really excellent practice for cultivating that, but it's not the only way to do it. Every moment that you're alive and you're conscious, you can practice that without any additional time requirement. One of the places that I practice savoring is in learning to play the piano. It taught me a lot. Learning to play the piano. I can focus on hitting the right notes. I can focus on practicing scales. I can focus on the technical demands of playing the piano. What I have struggled with over time, though, is that just being able to hit notes doesn't make something musical. In order for music to be produced that has a musical quality to it, that's also not so much a technical challenge as it is the challenge for me of savoring the sound of each note, of each chord, of each change in the direction of the music. If I don't feel that, if I don't let myself really appreciate it, let it sink in, there's no way that it comes across with any sense of musicality. And I think most musicians who've really tried to develop this will tell you the same thing. It occurs to me that it's similar in life, that there's a kind of a musicality to life. There's a sense of the beauty and depth and grace of our everyday lives. And that if we're just ticking boxes, we're just moving from point A to point B because technically we know that's what we're supposed to do, and we don't savor that trip, then just like music may not have any musicality to it, our lives won't have a kind of liveliness to them, won't have a sense of beauty and depth that they can have. And that isn't just from learning more tricks and doing more things. It has to do with slowing down and being fully present with each moment of our passing lives as much as possible. How to do this, as I've suggested, I don't believe is complicated. It means just showing up, being present, paying attention. It means not running toward the future, not dredging up the past. It means coming to our senses. It means noticing our experience in our bodies, noticing the activity in our minds, and just being with what is right now. That's not complicated. If you try it and you get confused and you wonder, am I doing it? Just notice that. That's being present. That's savoring your confusion, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. Well, just as the experts tell me, I have 6 seconds to get your attention and convince you that I have something of value to say. They also say that videos shouldn't be too long, or you'll leave before they're over. So I'm going to keep this one relatively short and sweet. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, share it with somebody you think might benefit from it, and I will write a very short synopsis and include it as a link for a PDF document below. Also, if what I've said inspires you in any way and you think it'd be useful to have a reminder to savor the moment, you can visit my store and find some products with the slogan on them, and I'll leave links below for that as well. If you've stayed with me, thank you. May you savor your moments. May whatever the rest of your day looks like provide you with some wonderful opportunities to just fully be present with your life in its vivid detail. Thank you very much. Bye.